Let's talk about something that I've noticed happen in social media recently that may be an unpopular opinion. Hello y'all, welcome back to another video dedicated to help you break out of the cycle of toxic behaviors and relationships in your personal and romantic area of your life. Recently, I've noticed there's been a phenomenon on social media where so many women have mistaken their entitlement for confidence. And as someone who creates content to help women know their worth, make sure they feel confident, set their boundaries, their standards, especially in their romantic relationships, so that they don't settle for less, I'm even hesitant to talk about this topic because I know my videos has probably contributed to this phenomenon that's happening. But at the same time, I fear that if this topic is not discussed, people will continue to stay stuck in these toxic relationships and cycles without knowing why. Now, the first thing that you need to understand to fully understand the problem of the situation is the difference between confidence and entitlement. I wanted to reference ChatGPT for a definition, and what it mentions is when you feel as if you are deserving of someone else's treatment, behavior, standards without reciprocating or acknowledging the other person's boundaries. If you break it down in simpler terms, what I've noticed on social media is a lot of women feeling like they deserve this specific lifestyle, this specific outcome, this specific treatment all the time, and if they don't get it, they feel upset. Now, it's not that you do not deserve any of these amazing treatments and standards that you have proposed. However, what you'll often notice is that when you get into a relationship and as a relationship progresses, you'll start to feel this deep-seated fear of feeling as if you're still not enough, questioning whether or not you truly deserve this type of treatment, feeling rejected, insecure, and deeply wounded when that isn't received. And this happens because you'll start to realize that confidence doesn't just come from nowhere. It requires inner work for yourself that a lot of people do not want to do. As I'm editing this video, I wanted to add the point that confidence does not waver easily. When someone is confident, it doesn't depend on external forces. So other people's opinions, whether or not they're going to be doing or not doing something for you, that does not determine your sense of confidence and worth. The inner work that you do for yourself that takes time to cultivate is what really nourishes that confidence. And because you believe and trust in yourself so much, other people's opinions are going to leave you unbothered, which is why you'll find yourself struggling in a relationship if you haven't done the inner work. Because when you notice someone doesn't show up the way that you think you deserve to be treated, instead of seeing it as they don't have the capacity to show up the way that I need them to, and maybe we're just not compatible, you will see it as, is there something wrong with me? Do I need to fix something or change something about myself? When you require someone to give you their ample amount of attention, time, affection, and yet at the same time, when it comes to honoring your own time and energy, you have such a hard time saying no and setting boundaries. You're available to everyone and anyone because you're people pleasing and you can't create me time for yourself. And I'm not mentioning all of these things to bash you, but I'm mentioning these things because all of these habits and these behaviors that we cultivate within ourselves are hard. It's hard to set boundaries. It's hard to listen to ourselves and actually feel our emotions. It's hard to sit with those uncomfortable feelings and show ourselves the love and respect that we truly deserve because of unhealed wounds and fears. But it's not impossible. And I think the thing that's happening here is that people don't want to do the hard work. They think that confidence is just believing that you deserve everything without actually putting in the effort for yourself. Because of this, what you'll start to notice is that so many women, and maybe even yourself, where you go into relationships putting up a facade, showing other people that you know your worth, you deserve everything and anything, which you do, right? But because you didn't do the work for yourself, as the relationship progresses, you will start to see that facade drop. You will start to see the doubt seep in. And when that happens, it's not going to look pretty. It's going to look like you constantly overthinking about whether or not they're losing interest in you. Or when they become busy and when they become human, we start to feel like that's a red flag and we immediately start to shut down or go into our self-sabotaging behaviors. There's no room for nuance in entitlement because with entitlement, it is solely about the ego. And when you don't get what you want, that destroys the ego, and that creates this question of reality of what your worth is, what you truly deserve. But the difference is when you are confident, even if you do not get exactly what you want, you still feel secure. You don't feel like your whole world is ending because you don't need other people's actions, thoughts, and behaviors to validate your worth. That is not a reflection of you. That is a reflection of them. So when someone that's confident gets into a relationship and they know their worth, but sometimes people get busy and they don't, exactly get what they want, they understand. They set boundaries, they make it work. If someone continuously violates their boundaries, they are not going to see it as, oh my goodness, why is this happening? Do I not deserve this? They're going to see this as, okay, they don't have the capability and the capacity to show up for me. And that's okay, it's not personal. And that's okay because I still know my worth, and even if they leave, I will be okay because I am still pouring into myself. And I trust that whatever happens for a reason. I trust in my ability to discern whether or not this is someone that I should be with. I trust myself to know that I'm going to be okay regardless of the outcome. And that is the difference between entitlement and confidence. So if you really want to build an unbothered mindset and an unbreakable confidence, and if you want to build that confidence, then truly ask yourself, am I investing the same time, energy, and love in me that I am asking and demanding of someone else? And if no, and if there's pockets where we can work on ourselves, then that is where you want to start. A relationship takes two people to tango. And so it's not about just getting your needs met through the other person, making them your source of happiness, but it's knowing that you are secure enough and that they are also working on themselves so that you can come together creating a healthy and confident and secure relationship. With that said, I hope this helps. If you are still doubting yourself, I want to let you know that you can get through it. You are deserving of that love, and you are deserving of more than the bare minimum. It all starts with the relationship that you have with yourself. Hope this helps. Make sure you click the link in the description below to work with me one-on-one more in depth, but subscribe for more, and as always, you got this.